we're gonna be working on a VTuber model of mine, and it's a Halloween skin, if you may. And this is the concept that I've come up with. It's like a Candy Dullahan kind of situation, wherein my head is like replaced by a jack-o'-lantern, but it's like the candy bucket thing, and then Bihun is like a giant piece of candy. But I was thinking for Bihun, they would be like a big jawbreaker, but the wrapper is just like the face and the wings is just on the wrapper. So if you peel off the wrapper, it's just a ball of candy. Bihun diabetes, I know. Bihun giving out candy. No, yeah, me give out candy. Bihun's a candy. But yeah, this is the concept so far. Hello, Lunale, good to have you here. And also Day, good times on everybody. And also Jando, our moderator, as per usual. Thank you so much for being here today. Like, I'm hoping for today we're gonna be able to make a lot of progress, because even though I've already drafted this, it actually took me a while to come up with the colors, because I wanted something like pastel-y, but at the same time, since it's Halloween, I want to give it a bit of dark edge to it. And then I kept checking the values and all that stuff, so at least it's sort of balanced enough. But I was kind of thinking about adding some sort of pattern on the vest, so there's something more interesting going on, especially since if we're gonna be using this model realistically, she's just gonna be up to here. You know, you're only gonna be seeing her up to her chest or something, like while I'm streaming or whatever, you know? I also gave her like candy acrylic nails, you know, and like candy bracelet and all that stuff. And the knife on her thigh is like supposedly candy corn colored, but then when I checked the values, I'm like, I think I want a sort of like a soft gradient transition. And the shoesies, I even thought about the shoesies, but I'm not gonna do the side view or something, I think. I don't know, I don't remember. Give me candy. Bihun is candy, exactly. I even want to do some sort of, well, I don't know if I'll have the time, but if I have the time, I kind of wanted to do like a little toggle wherein I can remove the head, and then Bihun will also be there. And then behind the head is like a little candy bag, so it's kind of transparent and stuff. So hopefully I'll be able to achieve the transparent effect in OBS, cause I think there have been some VTubers having a hard time capturing the transparency of like their wings or their shawl or like pieces of their outfits and all that stuff. So hopefully we'll see. Actually, even though we have this draft, I already made a lot of progress. This is what I've got so far. What? From here to here. More cleaned up, you know? And then instead of a vague spiral, I've decided to go for like a pink licorice kind of the eyeball situation, you know? This one, the eye on the left was my initial idea, but it's like, what kind of candy is that? From afar, it's not gonna be obvious that it's a candy anyway, so I just went for like a licorice kind of look, so we can still stick to the candy theme, you know? So it's more in your face, so to speak. So this is the front part of the head, and then there's the middle part of the head, which is the Bihun candy, and also the separate candy. They're like different colors to this, and then these are like different groups, so I can just play around with the arrangements later on in live 2D. Even the cookies, there's like a spider one, and there's like an eyeball one, you know? If you want a nice round thing, you could do like a traditional swirly lollipop head. Oh, like for the eyes? Yeah, I thought about that too, but then if it's the swirly lollipop one, it might not be, because it might not be obvious that there's like the dark bits in the back. And also maybe I want to save that for a Christmas kind of thing, you know? Little Bihun candy, I know! Sam! Good to have you here. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of the progress so far. I even have candy corn, but an unconventional one. It's more of a Kuwa colors, softer Kuwa colors, where it's pink, orange, and then yellow, instead of traditional orange, white, and then yellow. What else? I got sour candy worms in different colors. Of course, my favorite kind of candy. And I even have silly little pretzel guys. I made sure, well, not made sure, but more like I didn't want to spend too much time with detailing the candies, especially since they're gonna like wiggle around anyway. They might not be seen too much anyway. But at least if you zoom in on the model later on, you folks will be like, oh, that's a cute little detail, you know? We have the owly marshmallow lollipop, a ghosty, and then a cute little witch. Well, when I was working on this thing, I was in the middle of working on the Bihun candy. Yeah, okay. So let's set this one to multiply once again. And then let's proceed. Got off work early. Kuwa showing how sweet she is. Oh, thank you. I am, aren't I? Maybe it's because I might actually be pre-diabetic. It's been a while since I had my blood checked. I'm scared. But soon enough, I will be. I will have it checked, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, what do you call the twisty side? Let's just call it... Sometimes naming the layers is also a battle. Especially since I'm not very good with words sometimes, you know? As per usual, I think I'm going to do color blocking for now. So I don't have to be paralyzed with selecting the colors. I can just do that later, you know? So we're just currently doing the wrapper. And for this particular art style for this model, I don't want to put in too much details when it comes to the folds and the shadows and all that stuff. Especially since the art style for this model, or for this model series, is like a paper doll art style. So I can churn out different outfits a bit faster than if I were to draw myself in a realistic style, you know. If I chose a realistic style, then it would take me much longer to churn out different alternate outfits, you know. And I'm just one owl. I can't do it all, Chief. I think maybe I can just go ahead and put in the proper colors. Why are these the... Oh, right, because I have a different color scheme. Hold on. Because I'm following a different color scheme for this set. So instead of my usual cream-ish off-white color, it's more yellow. Because I can. What's up with these Ligma? Got 'em! I'm not that obsessed with Uma. Okay, let's see. How much have you spent in Uma Musume right now, little ninja? I heard not too long ago of a mythology folktale thing called a Weni Man. Oh, is anyone in chat familiar with it to provide more? Is that another joke? Are you trying to got me again? Hey, Kuwa, yes. Well, you're grown, little ninja. You can spend your money however you want. Not a joke, legit thing. Okay. A Weni Man. So now that that's the back of the candy wrapper, I'm just gonna shade the entire thing. There you go. I'm still thinking if I should, or if I could even, do like a sort of transparent candy look. Not really sure what I'm trying to go for, but I have to trust the vision. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try doing a transparent wrapper kind of look. But to do that, I need to make the transparent bit first. Remember how Emmanuel won Anime of the Year last year and how it somehow beat Dan to Dan, Delicious in Dungeon, and Free Ren? There was? The last time, well, I'm super outdated, but the last time I heard news of something like that happening was Tower of God? Was it Tower of God? I don't remember. Speaking of, not horribly long ago, within the last 5 years, I got to... Yeah, Tower of God! Yeah, there you go, RV. Oh man, same brain cell. Got an anime and a VA for one of the characters is the same as All Might's Japanese VA. Solo leveling. Oh, so that's a Korean. Interesting. The more we know. I didn't know. So now we have like this effect here, but because of that, I'm going to push the wing bits a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste the transparent thingy at the front and put it in the back. I'm sorry. I'm a little burpy. When it comes to transparency, especially for VTuber models, I'm so hesitant to do it because it's like what if it doesn't happen? What if it doesn't turn out right because of the exporting or whatever? It's something that's totally out of my control, you know? That sort of stuff. But we'll try. Better to try than not try at all, you know? Apothecary Diaries. Oh, is that... Oh, it's Korean? I thought it was... Oh, well... I thought wrong. Kaiju number 8, but the last one, There's so many cool non-Japanese animes nowadays. That's awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll add a shadow effect on the overall candy wrapper. So it's more obvious that it has some sort of like body to it. Just a really light one. And I want to keep my shadows solid because that's the style of the art that we're trying to do today. Those are Japanese, I see. Solo Leveling is the only one based on a manhwa. Ah, alright, got it. Thank you. I hope we get to watch more movies next time. I mean, I still kind of want to stick to the one movie per month agenda because I got other things to do, I'm sorry. So, what's most likely gonna happen is we might not be able to watch movies that are more than a one-parter. We're just gonna watch one-parter movies, most likely. Unless you folks are okay with waiting for months at a time before we get to... For example, if we were to watch How to Train Your Dragon, all 3 of them, right? Unless you're willing to wait... If you're willing to wait for 3 months just to be able to get through all 3 movies, then I guess we have no problem. But for now, I'm just gonna focus on the movies that only have one-parters in it. To be fair, the anime was developed by A1. Oh, A1. Help me pressure Day into watching Beastars. Hey Day, do it! Go watch Beastars, please. It's really nice. The animation, really good. The story, compelling, you know? I mean, I think the fun of movie night is less the movie and more so the community aspect of it. Yeah, exactly. That's why the next movie that we're gonna watch is probably also gonna be bad. But like funny bad. Okay, I've spent too long on this wing tassel thing. Enough. We're just gonna move on. I can just review it later, but that's gonna be the candy look for now, and then the candies will overlap over the bihun candy. Also, canonically, candy bihun doesn't have feet. Finally, done with the head, I think. I like being able to crap on bad movies. Yeah, exactly. Probably better to stick with standalone. That's the word, standalone movies. Thank you. Though it can be a thin line with some movies some people enjoy. Oh yeah, that's true. That's why we're not gonna be too mean about it, you know? I mean, I'm okay. I liked Shrek the Musical and some of you folks at home trashed it. No, I only think the music is catchy. And look what you've done. You shamed me. I'm just gonna go ahead and draw. I'm not even gonna think about the layering for now. Not too much. I'm still gonna think about it, but not to the point that I'll be paralyzed, you know? Now we can totally love and bash a thing. Yes, exactly, right? Exactly. I'm gonna make the movie announcement for next time, okay? Probably a week early. So if you're watching right now and you like the upcoming movie, you make it known right away. So if you don't want people to trash the movie too much, either you don't read the chat in the Discord server, or you just make it known so we're more aware, we're more conscious. Well, I mean, I'll be more conscious. I don't know about the rest of the folks at home. What I'm trying to say is, you folks at home, you be nice. You can be playful. Of course, but like what RV said, we can totally love and bash a thing. I might change up the vest a little bit, but then it's not gonna match the leg stuff. I don't know. I'll figure it out along the way. And this will be the brooch instead of my usual purple brooch. It's a candy brooch. You need a head shake or emote. I know, right? We just need more emote slots. And to get more emote slots, I need more subscriber points. And to get more subscriber points, I have to market myself better, which hopefully I'll find the time to do it. Eventually. Trust. I'm just one person. I can't make the content and the ads at the same time. Come on now. I want to turn off the symmetry tool, please. There you go. And then make the spiral. Let's turn off the draft. See where we're at. Then maybe I'll add a cute little shinies to it. Maybe I want to use the pink one. Mama Halloween model. Hello, Nella. It's good to have you here. And yes, we're working on a Halloween model. Hopefully we get to do a lot of progress. I've just been yammering non-stop. Not a lot of drawing. But that's okay. But, I'll do my best to actually make something out of this, yeah? To finish this. Especially since I'll be debuting my new model. In 2 weeks. August 4, Owl Day. Also a day before my birthday. Actually, maybe I won't do the shadows because I wanna keep it cohesive with the default art style, which is like a paper doll kind of art style. So simple shading, simple lines, you know, solid lines. She got some candy bits on her neck piece as well. We're just gonna draw one in the center, and then we're just gonna color this one in, copy paste it in Live 2D. So we're working smarter, not harder. Wow. Okay, there you go. I'm excited for the birthday celebration because I will do a re-debut with the presentation and everything. That's like your quick little announcement from me. It's like, what? She's gonna do a re-debut? You just could drop that casually? Yeah. Why not? Opal's going crazy. By Opal, I mean Bihun, but also by Bihun, I mean Opal. But sometimes I don't mean it by Opal, yeah? Sometimes Bihun means somebody else. Bead, pink. Do I need this bead for something else? Oh yeah, on the feet. Okay. So I will just make multiple beads, bead colors at the center, and then I'll just place them in properly later in Live 2D. Okay, bead pink, green. Is it pink, green, purple, yellow, orange? I might just reorder the colors later. For now, we're pretty much done with the beads section. Please! Okay. But I do wanna, let's see, maybe I wanna organize them in Clip Studio Paint already, so I have some sort of guide for later. There you go. Wow. Maybe I'll just add an extra pink bead under the collar, you know? And then I'll just figure out how the order of layering works later. This bit of bead right here, the pink, will go under the collar. You know, for immersion. For a sense of realism, just in case some of you folks at home, or maybe me in real life, would wanna copy the outfit for a cosplay. Hopefully not for their Halloween costume. But, you know, nothing's original. If you want to take inspiration, it's fine. Of course, just don't outright copy it. Please! And then we're gonna work on the collar next. And then, if you stick around till the end of the stream, I'm gonna show you another alternate costume that might be finished sooner than this one. We'll see, we'll see. Just stick around, you know? I appreciate it. But I do want to curve it in better, so it's kind of hugging the neck a little more, and then it's gonna flap around every now and then. Depends. Depends on my energy around the time that I rig this thing. I'll just rename everything properly later. Because the thing is with me is that I also like to research the actual names of these outfit parts, you know? That's why it takes me a while to produce a model, because there's research in it as well. Even though it's just for layer naming, I still wanna do the thing, you know? But for now, we're gonna call this area the shawl. But I'm pretty sure it's not the shawl. And then I think maybe I'll just illustrate the sleeve as one layer. I'll just leave it up to future Kuwa the rigger to figure it out. See if she can rig the sleeves from here. Hehe, hello Tadpole Jackson. Hi is what you meant, sorry. I read it wrong. But thank you so much for stopping by. Also happy Friday once again to everyone at home. Also, that shoulder piece might be labeled as a capelet. Oh, yeah, capelet. You are so smart, thank you. I have a few capelets in my closet, and yet I forget the name. Come on. Maybe I want the cuffs to be loose. So with that in mind, I'm going to move the sleeve. I'm gonna make it a little wider. Just at the bottom. Yeah. There you go. Some voice bots read it like, hey. Oh, it's kind of like, well, it's not. It's sort of related to what you said, but there's this scene in Mass Effect where there was this character who was like, hey. I forgot his name, Grunt or something. There's this alien creature. He's red, the red guy. That's how he laughs, because he was a test tube baby, and it's so cute. Hey. And then we're just gonna give her cute acrylic nails with those candy, what do you call this? Charms on it. But most of them are just gonna be painted, I think. Because even though this is just a 2D art, I still want to think about how I would do this for real life. Like, for example, what if I wanted to get these nails done on my real nails for real life? I want to have cute nails. Maybe I'll do simple stripes, candy stripes like that. There's like this sort of dilemma with artists when it comes to opacity numbers. Like, does 79% opacity look good or does 80%, you know? And I feel that a lot. It's just a meme, but I relate to it. But that's just what memes are, aren't they? Relatable little things. Okay, and then this one will have a candy corn on it. Let's draw a candy corn. So it has to have a rounded butt. Ooh, if it's like that, then I'll just flip it around. I haven't seen that time I reincarnated as a slime, but we have seen some other isekai anime lately. And one of them is one very long title called I am a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss to avoid overtime. I don't know, it's such a long ass name. But it's that one. That's like one of the animes that we've watched recently. That's isekai. And also cooking. Was it cooking something from another world with my online groceries something? It has a big dog in it, and then it's a show about a guy, an office worker guy, who got isekai'd, and then he has like grocery powers. That's like his powers. That's the isekai anime that we watched recently, but I forgot the name. It's too long. And then in our middle finger is just a simple swirlies. What are you drawing? Oh, I mean, this is a model or an alert? Oh, it's a model. We're working on my Halloween outfit. There's me. I would have a detachable head. And then there's my mascot. Currently covered in candy, but I'll just rearrange everything in live 2D later on. Because we're trying to work smarter, not harder. And that's why I'm drawing all the fingernails on one nail only. Because I'll move it around. I'll just duplicate the fingers later and just adjust it, you know? Here's to hoping that I make it in time for Halloween. I'm excited. I'm excited because not only am I making a Halloween outfit, I also have a different alternate outfit coming up for a stream specific thing. Maybe I'll show it off later. But as much as possible for today, I wanna draw as much as I can, make as much progress as I can for this costume in particular. That would have been so cute to have like wild colored sleeves, but my artist brain is like, no, don't do it. You're gonna go crazy. Maybe I'll use this. Too dark. Maybe I'll use this magenta color for the shadows. Actually, I might simplify the shadows on the sleeves even further, but maybe later. I'll go back to it in a bit. Yeah, maybe just like this little circle, you know? And then for the cuff, we'll have none of that. Or maybe just a cute little semicircle kind of moment like that. Keep it simple. So I won't have to spend too long with trying to think about the logistics of the folds of the shirt while the body moves, you know? I think that's what also paralyzes me when it comes to rigging full VTuber models. It's like, what kind of movement can I do for the clothes, you know? Interesting question time. When you think of something in your head, how detailed is your mental image? Like if I say, imagine an apple. Can you imagine it in 3D, rotate in your head? I thought about this while I watched you do that shading on the cuff. Oh, like if I have aphantasia or something? I actually don't know how to judge myself in regards to that, because yeah, I can imagine an apple, but I can't function or I can't draw without a reference picture. Or maybe I'm just like an overthinker that way. But when it comes to me trying to conceptualize anything, like for example, if I wanted to do a layout like for a poster or something, I would already think about how the layers would look like and where I would place certain graphics, you know? I'm already doing the Photoshop thing in my head without opening Photoshop is what I'm trying to say, but at the same time, I can't, like for example, if you ask me to draw like a Vocaloid character, right? Or if you ask me to draw a specific VTuber, for example, Iron Mouse, I wouldn't be able to draw her without a reference in good faith, because it's like, oh, but what if it's wrong? Maybe I don't have aphantasia. Maybe I'm just an anxious drawer. But yeah, I think I can imagine things pretty well when it comes to conceptualizing things. But it's really like on a different topic. Well, sort of related, but not about me. But it's really interesting that there are actual artists out there that have aphantasia. And there are even some artists that are colorblind. Like, that's awesome. Then again, we have technology. They can pull up references, and then we have the color picker tool. So the colorblind artists can just pick out the colors faster without having to think too hard about, oh, what's the color of this one. They can just use the color picker, easy. Okay, so that's the what do you call this? The lapel. There you go. Someone's a little crazy. But since she doesn't have a neck per se, she has a candy head moment. I'm gonna go ahead and divide the neck layer from our default model. Fair, but that's more a detailed thing, just asking, because like I know some folks who can't rotate skew things in their head and when they think about something. Interesting. Yeah, that's true. That's true, that's true. Yeah, especially if, for example, if they speak to someone who's bad at describing things, i.e. me. I'm not very good with describing things, unfortunately. It's like, yeah, I can see it in my brain, but I just can't describe it. I have to draw it, you know? It's me, I'm folks. It's alright. You're not the only folks, you have like near full aphantasia. Oh no! That's okay. Are you the type of person who can't visualize what a finished IKEA furniture looks like by looking at the instructions alone? Like you need to skip to the last page just so you'd understand what you're trying to build? Is that it? That's it, right? That's what it is, right? Yeah, I suck at using manuals with pictures. Oh yeah, that's true, especially since IKEA doesn't have words in their manuals, you know? The second I look away from the picture, I lose it and get confused. Images simply don't stick in my head. That's okay, that's okay. So what I've done so far is that I just copy-pasted the frills that I have on my default model, but I'm gonna edit it down. Since on my default model, there's a bit too much frillage going on, so I'm just gonna edit it down. So instead of 2 sets of frills, I'm just gonna do 1. Because I love my frills. And then I had a thought earlier, and it's that maybe I'll just take this V, like this white shape, V shape, and then how am I going to explain this properly? Words, description is not my strong suit, describing things. Maybe I'll just separate this V shape into its own layer, and then I'll just live 2D magic it later. That's the best I got in terms of describing what my plan is. But that's okay. What's important is that you folks are home, are in it for the ride. Hopefully you find entertainment with my struggles in finding the right words to describe things. Although I did mention earlier that I kind of wanted to add stripes to the vest. So let's see how that works. Because most of the striped vests that I saw online doesn't have the lapel thing. So I'm wondering how I'm going to do this actually. Because I was kind of thinking that maybe I should add stripes so it's kind of similar to the head shape because of the sections of the pumpkin, right? But the striped sections, if I were to actually copy that, might be too big. So we will see. Maybe I want skinny stripes. While it comes off as sharp, you know, kind of like smart looking, I still kind of want to have fun with it. I still want her to look fun, even though she's like a Halloween character, Halloween outfit. So we will see. I don't know, Chief. Maybe I should just trust the process first. Okay, how am I going to do this? Because she has a fold across her body. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm going to edit the hips shape actually for later. Because when it comes to drawing for VTuber models, I also have to think about how I'm going to layer it. How I'm going to arrange the parts for moving, for rigging later. Yeah? Wait, hold on. I'm just trying to center a line. There you go. So I think this fold bit will be its own separate layer. So I won't have to edit the torso base too much, because that's from my default model. Because I'm actually just building on top of what I already have in terms of the base model, you know? It is kind of strange that she has like one full underboob shape, so we're gonna fix that. I'm so glad I'm not an artist and having to decide how to draw booba, I know, right? I mean, yeah, you're right. I'm sort of prepared for the argument / question of, do you find your own drawings hot? Because I don't, and that would be my answer. I mean, I've never been asked that before, but I think it's just a funny question, you know? Like, oh, you draw NSFW or you draw boobs all day. Do you find your own drawings hot? No! I do not! If anything, I find frustration in my own art. What if one side is bigger than the other, you know? That kind of frustration. It's like cooking. If the flavor isn't right, like if I didn't mix in the right amount of sauces, even though Bihun says it's good, I'm like, maybe it's a little too salty. You know, that kind of feeling? I'd have to imagine that after like seeing how the sausage is made, so to say, you'd no longer be interested in it. Yeah, exactly. It's like the magic is just gone. Do you find it harder to enjoy other people's art or find it hot after having the artist eye? Yes. It's not easy. Unless it's like animated stuff, but nowadays it's like, how'd you do that, you know? What program did you use to make that kind of feeling when it comes to looking at other people's art? And then when it comes to like art of the NSFW kind, or even like tasteful stuff, right? It's like, that's cool. How'd you do the lighting? How'd you make the thing do that? I'm like desensitized or whatever. Oh no! Okay, now we have the buttons. Maybe I see why I didn't want to do stripes. Because there's a lot of overlapping pieces, but we will see. And then we'll just go from there. Instead of having like a stripe there, where the... You know? Just watch. It'll all make sense in the end. Trust the process. It's okay, Kuwa. Some of us are made to make... And some of us are made to be the dum-dums who can't make art and enjoy it instead. Just, that's okay. And some of us are made to not be good at describing whatever it is that they're doing at the moment. And that someone is me. But you know, that's okay. I just really want to practice the Blue's Clues style of making art, or the Art Attack style of making art, wherein for every step of the way, they would narrate what it is that they're doing at the moment. I want that. I want that for me. Because I think personally, okay, I want to get into the artists' heads of whatever it is that they're doing at the moment. It's like, oh, what are we working on right now? Because I'm pretty sure there are other people like me who are like, ooh, what are you doing? Which part are you working on right now? What is this for, you know? So that's why I want to practice my Blue's Clues speak. And it would seem that I actually gave myself some pockets. What? So excited. I'm always so excited to have pockets in my outfits, because not all skirts have them, sadly. Oh, do you love or hate asymmetry-heavy designs? That would depend. If I were to design a character, I would like to put in asymmetry every now and then, just to spice it up. Kind of like with my design, it's mostly symmetrical except for the belt slanted, and then I also have this bit on the ankle, and also my hair, like right now, it's asymmetrical because it represents the asymmetrical nature of the owl's ears. I don't want it to be too asymmetrical that it's hard to rig, because we still have to be considerate about the riggers, the animators, and also the fan artists, you know? But that's me thinking about it in a consumer or in an artist standpoint. But if I were just doing it for fun, no, I'd still want to do some minor asymmetry there, but not too much, you know? I will not be able to remember every little detail of my own OC, my own original character, if I were to do that, for sure. What do we think? What do you folks think? Because even the Marvel characters have symmetrical designs, and people love it. And it's also easier to animate, you know? To make transformative media out of it, or if I'm using the word correctly. Wasn't sure if like you grew tired of symmetry or inverse. Asymmetry was just so much a pain for things, I know, right? There's a balance. You just gotta find the balance of things. Because then, if you put too much asymmetrical stuff, then it would be too busy. But if a character design is too symmetrical, then it would be boring. There wouldn't be a lot to look at. You'll just give it a one pass with your eyeballs, and then you're like, oh, okay. You gotta give the eyeballs something to look at, you know? But not too much that it becomes an eyesore. Okay, for now, we're just gonna be working on the boots. The shoes? I still haven't quite figured out how to do owl shoes. Oh, my vision. It's compromised. Oh man, okay, I'm fine. So I kept looking at different references of shoesies, and the most that I came up with is like leg wraps, you know? But we'll feel it out, we'll see. Oopish. Strap foot. With the power of Liquify tool, I've created the bottom strap of the foot in no time flat. Quick and easy. I will do is I'll just add in a plain color here. And I'll just use the power of Live 2D to fix it later. A 10-minute doodle? What do you want me to draw, little ninja? Let me know. Sad girl hours? Sad owl hours? Okay, let's do that. And I actually took a screenshot of 2 of your messages, so there's a bit more context. So it's like her with headset, right? That's gonna be the concept. Also, I have my timer. And then I want her to have like comically large teary eye and big sad. I was kind of thinking the tear path would be just straight down, you know? That might not make sense later on. I'll fix it later. Or maybe she'll have gravity defying tears, wherein it's still going down to her chin even though she's lying down. And the ear tufts, with the hair pieces, the flyaway hair in the back, the rest of the hair bits, and also her tail. But for her tail, maybe I'll like make it fly or stick out a little bit so it's more obvious that she has a tail. Yes, that's how you draw me. You draw this and that, and then the rest of it, huh? And there you go. There's sad Kuwa. Aww. She's so sad. Oops. There you go. Maybe I'll do like a little playlist kind of interface. So there's the play button and fast forward and the thing. There you go. And then maybe we'll just put Joe. Joe for Joji. I've done it. There's your 10-minute doodle. Thank you, little ninja. This will be the thumbnail for when I get around to editing this VOD for sure. We're just gonna flip this, so I'll draw all of the asset parts on one side, and then I'll just copy paste it later. I'm tempted to draw just one bead again, because this time it's more of like those friendship bracelet candy charms that you would get. So it's kind of like rectangular this time. It's kind of out of place if there's suddenly a bat there. Also, I'm kind of lazy to draw a bat right now. Maybe I'll just take the same purple candy. Then I'll just place it here somewhere. It'll be behind the ankle, sort of. So now we're gonna be working on the toesies. Because for now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do it smarter, not harder. Wherein I'll just copy paste, for example, the beads onto the proper placement later in Live 2D. And that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do for the nails as well. And then the toenail colors will just be plain instead of the decorated ones that we did for the fingernails earlier. Because, realistically, it's not like I'll show the bottom half of the model too much, but I don't want to just leave it as is. I still want to put some effort in terms of designing it, so she's still interesting to look at, even at the bottom part of her body. And then what I was planning for the cape, I was planning on illustrating like knockoff candy wrappers. So it's kind of in reminiscent to Kyari Pamyu's Tukematukeru dress. Because look at her outfit. For this one, it's all candy wrappers. And I was like, oh, that's so smart and so cute. So I want to do that for the cape as well. But maybe I'll just do the cape on my own time for sure. So for now, we're gonna go ahead and work on the friendship bracelet. Or the candy bracelet. What else? Oh yeah, what do you call this? The cape bit that's draping over the sleeve. Oh, we made a lot of progress today, I think. I'm proud of us. Maybe I'll add something on the leg. So it's not just the vest magenta parts has the stripes. Maybe I'll also add some on the leg. So it's like balanced or something, yeah? Leg. And then I'll just color pick it. Cause it's fine. Oh. Yeah, let's pretend that this is like the fold line, you know? Oh, or maybe a shiny bit. Yeah. But if it's a shiny bit, yeah, okay. Shiny boots, you know? Looks good. I've enjoyed seeing it turn the rough into a very tasty looking piece of art. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, there you go. Now it's like a shiny boot, and both magenta parts of the costume has like some sort of light magenta stripe going on. Wow. I'm kind of excited for the upcoming Metal Gear Solid 3 remake? Is it remake? Yeah, remaster? Remake. What's the diff? But I'm excited for that one. I'm not gonna play it on stream though, because I'm bad at sneaking games, but I'll definitely watch Bihun play it. There's so many games coming out in August. On my birth month too! More just a reminder that it's getting later, not to forego too much sleep. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then for this costume, I'm gonna hide her tail. So in a way, her tail became her cape. So there's this wavy bit still going on in the back of her design. Sisyphus, don't do this. I'll just copy paste it, jeez. And now we're just gonna do a solid color, and then I'll just draw in the candy wrappers later. For now, we're gonna color it orange. But even though it's just plain orange, it's still kind of interesting already, I think. No, it's not. Well, it's okay. Like, in terms of color blocking, like imagine if both sides are complete already, you know? It's still pretty interesting, I think. We'll see. If I find the time to draw in the candy wrappers, I'll do it. So it kind of looks like this in terms of color, like, distribution. Kinda. But for now, let's leave it at that. Maybe I'll just color it a darker orange. So it's more obvious that it's on the back of the body. At this point, I can show you my upcoming model, my alternate model, not the main one, because the main one I'm gonna debut it in 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Something like that. In August. There you go. Wow! What is it? Alternate, yeah! You did. But here's the other costume that I've been working on. Aside from the Halloween costume. It's a white mage costume for Final Fantasy XIV! Yay! And then this piece of crown bit will go on the sleeves. So whenever she turns, a bit of the crown pattern also turns, so it's kind of like here, you know? And then instead of this white pouch, I don't know what it is either. Well, it's probably just some generic pouch. I turned it into a bihun pouch. Not enough blood, no. But I used my default colors, like the same brown as what's on my model right now, and then on the same magenta. And then instead of a pink bow, I turned it brown. So it's kinda reminiscent to this one. You know, same with the belt. Remember yourself, have Kuwa do a 10-minute doodle of Bihun as a black mage next art stream. Yeah, because look. So that's Bihun. Just pretend that it's the full Bihun. Don't worry about the pattern overlapping. This is Bihun. I gave them like a black mage hat. Oh, it's similar to the in-game Final Fantasy XIV black mage with the eye patch too. But that's it for today's stream, actually. For those of you who's still here, thank you so much for sticking around, because that's all the time I have. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to tell your friends about my art, animation, and also my stream, please. Also, my commissions are open. I think I'm about to have at least one September slot open. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you so much. Goodbye!